Today I am going to talk about Subedar Major Bana Singh, who was awarded with Param Vir Chakra in 26 January 1988. Captain Bana Singh was known as the hero of Operation Rajiv of Indian Armed Forces. Subedar Major and Honorary Captain Bana Singh is a retired Indian soldier and a recipient of the nation's highest military award, the Param Vir Chakra. Bana Singh was born into a Sikh family in Kadyal in Jammu and Kashmir on 6th January 1949. His father was a farmer and his uncles were soldiers in the Indian Army. He enrolled in Indian Army on 6 January 1969 in the 8th Battalion of the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. He was trained at High Altitude Warfare School in Gulmarg and also at another school in Sonamarg. He was promoted to Naib Subedar from Havaldar on 16 October 1985. Bana Singh was awarded with a Param Vir Chakra because of this operation, which is Operation Rajiv 1987. Operation Rajiv was a successful Indian Army operation to capture a high point along the actual ground position line in the Siachen area in 1987. The peak, which was earlier named as Quad Post by Pakistan, was renamed as Bana Top by India after the victory. The operation was named after Second Lieutenant Rajiv Pandey, who had been killed during an attempt to capture the peak. The Siachen area, which lies in a territory disputed by India and Pakistan, is the highest battleground on earth. In 1984, India captured the area during Operation Meghdood. In April 1986, the Pakistanis established a military post where, prior to Pakistani capture, the India named the peak Left Shoulder and the Pakistani named it Quad Post, as I mentioned earlier. The Pakistanis positioned at the Quad Post. The peak gave them a clear view of Indian movement of Indian soldiers in the Saltoro Siachen area. The Siachen Glacier, located about 15 km away, could be seen from this peak with the naked eye. On 18 April 1987, the Pakistani troops at Quad Post fired on Indian soldiers at Sonam Post, killing 2 of them. So the Indian Army then launched a plan to evade the Pakistanis from the Quad Post. The 8th Battalion of the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry was given the task to capture that post. On May 29, a 13-member of Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry patrol led by Second Lieutenant Rajiv Pandey was asked to identify the best approach route to the post and mark it with the ropes. The group started climbing the ice walls leading to the Quad Post, but they were detected by the Pakistani soldiers when it was just 30 meters away from the top. The Pakistanis opened fire with the heavy machine guns, killing 10 Indian soldiers, including Second Lieutenant Rajiv Pandey. Before they were killed, the Indian soldiers managed to establish a number of footholds on the vertical ice wall with a pickaxe and laid a rope to the top. So after this, then our Indian soldiers came up with 3 teams to capture the Quad Post. The first team was Harnam Singh's team, the second team was Sansar Chand's team, and the last and final team was Bana Singh's team. So after the first attempt, which was not successful, so they came up with three teams which will capture the post. So uh, on the evening of 23rd June, a platoon led by Vijender Singh set out to find the route fixed by Pandey's patrol. Because of the bad weather, they were not able to travel much. They could travel only 1 kilometer in 4 hours. Because the weather was so bad, they couldn't travel much. Like if you throw a cup of water into the air, it will freeze to ice in seconds. So it was so cold. Due to heavy snowfall, the team couldn't find the rope. Then next day, Vijender Singh's team, which was led by Subedar Harman Singh, they went to find the rope, then find the rope and the dead bodies. Then after some hours, they could find the rope, and but the as we know that Pakistanis were at the top of the quad post, though, so they detected them, and they fired from the top. So the soldiers couldn't fire because their weapons were jammed, as the weather was minus 25 degree temperature. So they were killed there. Then after that, second team, Sansar Chand's team, led next night, like 25th June. Then they also attacked on quad post with the uh, uh, with the remainder of the force following it at a distance. Then at they were also not able to capture the post. They failed. Uh, then after that, the final team, which was Bana Singh's team, approached to capture the post. Uh, as Pakistanis thought that three teams were already went, and they failed. So Pakistani thought that now India will not dare to fight with us. So they were little relaxed about that, but they didn't know that Indian soldiers are coming. The next team was also coming. So by morning of 26 June, both Indian and Pakistani soldiers had nearly run out of supplies, having spent 3 nights in extremely cold weather. The quad post was held by 7 to 17 Pakistani soldiers at the time. The Pakistani troops seemed to be running low on ammunition, as firing from their side had reduced considerably. By this time, the weather was also improved, and the weather was below 0 degree. The Indian weapons were also started working. Realizing that the supplies would not last till night, the soldiers, the team, Banna Singh's team, which was uh, le- led by the Banna Singh's team, and the other four, like Banna Singh's team was of 5 members. Banna Singh was the leader, Naib Subedar Banna Singh, and the other four was riflemen, Chulli Lal, Lakshman Das, Omraj, and Kashmir Chand. So this team approached the quiet post from an unexpected direction using a longer and more difficult approach. There was a blizzard resulting in poor visibility because the weather was so bad that they barely see anything. So it was kind of advantage for Indian soldiers also, as the uh, Pakistanis couldn't see them because of the bad weather, which covered the Indian soldier. So Bana Singh team reached the top of the peak and found that there was a single Pakistani bunker. So they approached the bunker from behind, and but they realized that their rifles were jammed. As we know, if we go upper and upper in a hill, the oxygen come down, and uh, the temperature also drops down. So Bana Singh then threw a grenade into the bunker and closed the door, which and killed many of the Pakistani soldiers there only inside the bunker. Then from two sides also, they the Indian soldiers killed Pakistani soldiers, and some of the soldiers were some of the soldiers just jumped from the peak, and they were dead then and there. And many soldiers were were uh, many soldiers were hurt, and but then also they fight for the nation. then af- uh, then after that, only uh, Bana Singh and three to four uh, 3 to 4 soldiers were successfully able to capture the was successfully able to capture the Quad post, and after this victory the post was named as Bana post. So because of this, his bravery and leadership quality, Bana Singh got the Param Vir Chakra. So Param Vir Chakra in 1988.